Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope he's doing well. I am doing well myself. Just been, you know, trying to deal with the energies that have been quite heavy for me, and but beautiful at the same time. Because I know I'm being molded to where I need to go. So, what I want to talk today about, and I probably touched on this one of my last live, was about distractions. So many distractions. So many distractions. So, how do we deal with these distractions? Well, number one, I've been talking about our life path, finding our life path number. Your life path number consists of your birth date, month, day, and year added up and reduced into a specific number. Okay. And so, when you know your life path number, you at least have an idea of what direction you need to be going in, as well as your birth chart. It's important that you go to a website where you can pull your birth chart, and get a breakdown of, you know, the important aspects of the birth chart to help you be able to understand strengths and weaknesses, and it's just a array of things. Uh, Back to distractions. As we are moving forward, we are reinventing ourselves and our lives. Things aren't like they were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I've been on this planet for 51 years, and things have definitely changed. Some for the good and some for the bad. But then you have to ask yourself, if everything just stayed the same, could you grow? It would be boring if you did. It would. It's a great time to be alive, but it's not without its challenges. Okay. And so for me personally, if I'm going through it, I know many others are. So also looking into the planet alignments of what's going on with different planets. Each planet represents different stages of your life. It represents you, different parts of you, right? Like Mercury, it represents communication, right? So different planets represent different things. So if you know where these planets were at the time of your birth, it just gives a blueprint about aspects of yourself. These celestial bodies and the way that they deal with each other as they're going around the sun, they interact in different ways. Some harmonious, some not so harmonious. So it's the same thing within us. All right. So back to the distractions. How do we deal with the distractions that are going on in the world? Well, number one, let's just say this. We only have control of some things. A lot we don't have control of. So I try not to overthink or control things that I have no control over. It's it never it's You're not going to win when it comes to that. You're going to find yourself in your head, stressed out, worried, concerned, and it's undue stress. The way that I am learning to focus on things in my life is, what do I have control of? Okay. So for instance, I have control over what I put in my mouth. Okay. I have control over um, what I watch with my eyes as far as social media or news or certain things. Now, some things you got to use your eyes for everything. So just to walk into the bathroom or the kitchen, or to go outside and get in your car, you need to use your eyes to be able to navigate where you're going, right? To see. But things that you don't have control over is the way that other people's act around you. Okay, that can be all the way down from your family members to direct strangers. And in these times, because there's a lot of change and distractions, it seems as going around. It's also a lot of beautiful chaos as well. But it's just, we're entering into the age of Aquarius, and the I know these things, meaning that information is just being put out there, just so much at one time. And it's easy to get lost in the sauce, to feel inadequate because you don't know certain things, but there's so much information. So you have to go within and you have to ask yourself, what resonates with me? What really catches my eye? What is something or things that I really feel passionate about that I want to get into? You can ask for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from your spirit guides, your beloved ancestors, or the universal God, the creator. Okay, you can ask for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Point me in the direction. Um, Provide people in my life, that are on my path. Um, provide me with messages, and ways to do so, right? So you might find this video and it might help you, it might nurture your soul and help you. But the end of the day is that we are here for an experience, and this is an education planet where we're at. So we're gaining education, but it's so much information and knowledge that's getting put out there in so many different ways. It's easy to feel mentally exhausted, worrying that you're not up with the trends or the latest things. And like anything in our lives, one thing never changed in my 51 years on this planet. Even though things were different 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or as a child. When I'm ready to take it to the next level, the teacher comes. When I'm ready to go to the next level and learning something else, an experience or an opportunity will come my way where I can expand my mind and learn something. Okay. And then eventually, by me learning that, I gain the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of it so that I can use that for the next level that's coming my way. But it's not a race. It's not a race because this experience is your own individual experience. And you have to remember that it's your individual experience. It's not your child's, it's not your mother's, it's not your husband's, it's not your family's, it's not your friends. It's your personal experience. No one will experience this like you will your own self. Okay. So, a lot of the things that we need to be working on right now is getting to know ourselves more, okay, as an individual. We talk about a lot shadow work, going back and thinking about the past traumas that were in our lives that caused us to be how we are today. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because some traumas could have caused you to see things that you didn't want to be that were, negative or bad, and you went the other direction. Okay. But some things, are embedded and they happen to you, and, it stops you and blocks you at times. So these are things that we need to think about as we're moving forward in our lives because we are reinventing ourselves. We are changing every day, and we need to pay attention to what's going on around us. Even though we're in this big world, we're kind of in our own little world too. Okay. So finding people who can accept you for in that same journey and understanding, kind of like a kindred spirit, is great because a kindred spirit is someone that's similar to you. They think similar to you. They they just, y'all just kind of mesh well. You're just kind of, you kin with one another, even though your paths may be different, but you respect each other, you uplift each other, you help each other. It's just like this understanding. It's never a problem with your elevation. They're down for you and happy for whatever your elevation may be, as well as you them. It's never going to be, like karmic relationships where, you know, it's butting heads, and it's really just kind of a cycle that you go through until you learn that that person's really a mirror to teach you more about you, more about your issues and inefficiencies. And I can say that because I've gone through that just this last month with family and just relationships with, people that are close to me. I I where I felt that I was very strong, I found that I regressed in some ways. And that's okay because I had to understand, what was behind these situations. So some of it was daddy issues, because my father wasn't a real father to me. He was more or less an absent father, or just absent in the mind, because I would see him, and sometimes I'd be around the family, but um there was a level of where I just wanted him to love me, and I was willing to overlook the fact that he really didn't want to love me or be a parent to me. And in my life, the way I took that into my future is I chose the same type of men. Like, I almost was like, it's a gift that my dad came to see me, or he would say he was coming to pick me up, and he wouldn't show up till midnight, and I'd be sitting there by that window all day. Or sometimes he just wouldn't show up, and but when he did, I was hurt that he made me wait, but I was just happy that he was there. I wanted his love so bad that I was willing to, not put my be able to say, angry about it, like, Dad, geez, why would you do me like that? Your own kid. And, just with the support and the non-support from him with my mom. And it played a role. It played a role in how I chose my partners in my life. And now that I know that, I'm no longer in those types of relationships. But what I find out is that I still must not be done with that cycle, because it seems like the men that I attract are similar to men like my father or men like my exes, right? So I still am trying to dig deep inside and say, okay, well, what is it? What makes me feel unworthy? And that's what it is. It's, I did not feel, because I am growing from that, and I am learning self love to love myself, right? And sacrifice the not needing to jump right into a relationship or a situation just because it feels good for the moment, because I need to know, is this person going to pour into me like I pour into them, or we're going to pour into each other, or is it going to be me giving more and this person giving less, taking, right? So I've decided in my life that I'm in a position where I'm ready to receive, whether it's just the love from of myself and from the people who really truly do love me, whether it be my children or my friends, or um, God, whatever it may be, my ancestors. So I'm learning a lot. And back to the distractions, it's people that are there to they distract you. The social media is distracting. You could get caught sitting in front of a reel of TikToks, just watching one after the other, and before you know it, the damn day done gone by, because you're not paying attention. Even that's just meant to distract you and keep you from getting into your path and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing and being consistent. And right now, that's what's important. What it is that you want to do, whatever your path is, whatever you're feeling called to do, you need to start developing and putting your time and effort into that, and making the things that are very distracting less. Okay. For me, I have a lot of children, and I have a lot going on in my life, but I will put off doing something that I know that I need to be doing, and say, well, I just will do it when this whole situation's over with. Like recently, my dad passed away. And, I said, okay, I'm going to start filming more once, things get settled, and I get done, taking care of his services and handling his thing. And it's like I'm holding myself back because I did that. Then it's okay, well, I got to go here and do this. So I'll do it day after tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. So I've been very sporadic. And so being sporadic is not consistent. And consistency is needed right now. It really is, to keep you on path. Discipline, consistency, okay? It's really important right now. So I want to pull an oracle from the um, magical herb oracle, and then we can read what. Ooh, ooh, looking bad. We can read what. Ooh, guidance. Guidance came out. Bottom of the deck is reflection. So it seems as though a lot of us out here are needing guidance. And that's why I'm here right now. Because I am you and you are me. Okay. And through my traumas, through my experiences, I heal. Okay. Good and bad. And so I'm here to guide you and have you understand that this experience is your own. And what you bring to this experience is what you feel you deserve and what you want. And people can say all day, don't look at this person, don't look at that person. These people are saying this and these people are saying that. And the way that I look at it, like people will say, well, oh, these spiritual people are on here and they're saying, oh, they're regurgitating information. Everybody's regurgitating information. Nobody just was born knowing, you know, that any of these high sciences and things like that. They were winging it until they learned it, and then they were able to teach it and give out the information. So at the end of the day, if you are a spiritual guide, if you are seeking guidance, you work with someone who resonates with you. Just like if you are a guide, you would probably work with people that you resonate with well. Okay? That's the way it is. That's how you match up with people. If you feel in your heart that this person resonates with you at that moment in time and that you guys get each other, you feel like you're balanced within one another where, it's not a passion thing. It's a feel it in your heart like these people get me. This person gets me. Or they really want to hear from you. They really want to have knowledge from you. They really want to understand. They want to take the time out to hear what you have to say. Or, you find someone, whether it be on YouTube or wherever, and you feel like, hey, I feel like I really, this, what they're saying really resonates with me, at this moment in time. And it must be a message from me from spirit because spirit does speak through all of us, right? Spirit speaks through a billboard on the side of the road sometimes, when you're driving by. Spirit can speak to you through a license plate, right? A color of something. You could be thinking of something and then you see it, right? That's spirit talking to you right then and there. So again, pay attention. Okay, pay attention what's going on around you. Now, distractions. Now, that's something that you have to decide is a distraction for yourself. You need to decide, again, this is my opinion. Do I can I control these situations or that are distracting me? For instance, if you are on too much social media and you know that it's taking away from you raising your children, it's taking away from you cooking a good meal for your health, if you know that it's taking away from making love to your spouse, if you know it's taking away from getting to work on time, if you know it's taken away from you exercising, if you know it's taken away from you studying or finding out what your path is, if it's taking you away from your path, and it's distracting you, you have control over whether or not you want to give your energy and time to these things. You can stop yourself or you can decrease your time so that you can allocate more time to the things that are going to help you experience this world in a way better way. Again, because I want to have heaven on earth. I don't want to be sad and mad and dragged down into low vibrational settings and situations. It's just always around you. Even people you don't follow, they pop up in those those reels and you watch it, and your eyes are the interest to your soul. So eventually you start getting kind of caught up into their dramas. Like, I don't care about the Kardashians, but I know who each and every one of them is. And I see, because the way media is set up is meant to touch your heart. It's meant to make you feel like you can identify with these specific people. But why just these specific people when there's 8 billion plus people on this planet? Okay. So, the Kardashians, they gain all the energy because everybody's interested, just like everybody else who is usually a star. It's about energy. If they can get all your energy, you're not spending it on yourself, but they got 8 billion people on the planet giving them all this energy. That's why they're so rich, because everybody thinks about them in their mind. They look at these people as icons that they want to be like, or they're just interested in the drama of it. Another one I see all the time is Blueface and Krishan Rock. I'm not interested in them people, but what's crazy is how you're going through some reels and you see them and their drama and their craziness, and then if you aren't careful, you're drawn into it. You're drawn into the drama. There they goes again. A lot of it's fake, but they're just giving you're giving them your energy, and so that's how they keep you. That's how the powers that were will keep people, is by you drawing your energy to them all the time, seeking out to find out what's next. That's why these housewives and these um reality TV shows work, because people love to see people fighting and drama and dysfunction. It's like a love that they have. They're addicted to it, and and then you find yourself in that type of life. Then you find, yourself thinking that it's okay to behave or have that type of lifestyle, or wonder why it's spilling over into your life, right? So pull back your energy. Think of your energy as your money, and you're paying it, right? You're paying your money towards things that are not serving you. They're just keeping you distracted from you being the Kardashian, you being the housewife, meaning money wise, being abundant wise, meaning doing whatever it is you came here to do to help this planet, or to help certain people on the planet, or just to be happy and experience life. Jeez, you know, we all deserve heaven on earth, and there's enough of the heaven on this earth for us all, right? But we're all too busy on this screen making sure that we give all our energy to those people, and then we're not giving the energy to ourselves. It's a wonder why a lot of us have, you know, disease, because we're living our lives watching other people going through all these emotions, then trying to live up to these people and be like them. Well, if you know that you're a, a individual, there's no other like you, that you're special in your own of who you are, then you would not try to be like anyone else. Imperfectly perfect is what we are. So I hope that I nurtured your soul today. And I'm going to go ahead and read what this in the book, what guidance is. But again, I feel as though we are seeking guidance from a guide, and maybe I'm the guide tonight for you. And the herb is sage. So sage is known to clear any kind of negative energy, right? And you might want to burn that, and also help with distractions, clearing negative energy, clearing energy so that you can move forward. Okay, so guidance. Valuable advice is being offered. Hey, I'm giving valuable advice, but it may not be in an obvious way. Learn through observing more closely the examples of others, or exploring the foundations and the structure of what you are focused on. An authority figure is energetically connected with you and has a great deal of bearing on the present. Be on the right side of the law and be very careful with contracts. And you might also find those in positions above you will have a great impact on your concerns. These should be favorable. You may be prompted to find a mentor, teacher, or counselor to help you move forward at this time. Mm. You know what? We are having a lot of planets in retrograde right now, so be careful with contracts. Be careful. Making just make sure that what you're doing right now, um, you're dotting your T's and crossing your dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and make sure that you're not involving yourself in stuff that might be illegal. Um, a lot of times, sometimes you don't even know it. Okay. So I think that what this means too is to look into things, into the details of the devil's in the details. Is that a saying? Anyway, look into the details of things to see if you're not being deceived at this moment in time. Okay. Even with people that might be coming back, because I know Venus is in retrograde and Venus represents love and it represents, partners and just loving relationships. It also represents, you know, um, beautiful material things that, people like. And so, people might want to buy those things. You might want to watch out and make sure you're not getting um, deceived, or people are trying to get over on you and, sell you things that are fake. And, making sure that, oh, and love, that's another thing. When love, a lot of loved ones are going to be coming back. Old loves you probably never thought of, or you ever thought that it ever come back. And so, you might get a message from somebody that, you weren't expecting. But again, remember why you stopped dealing with that person as well. And I'm never going to tell anybody never to go back to anybody, because, that's not my choice. It's not my destiny. That's yours. But, just if it was a situation where, both of you played a role and a part in something and you just simply needed growth for you guys to come back together. I've seen success stories, but I've also seen situations where, maybe the sex was good, and so you just want to go back really deep down as to go have sex, because that was probably what drew you to that person in the first place, was the sex or what somebody could do for you, But again, there's always a price, so unless you're willing to pay that price, think twice. All right, my beautiful souls. I am doing live path readings, and I am going to leave my email in the chat if you are interested. Yeah, let's get on path here. If you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, hit me up. They're $10.